All right, folks, here we are. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Again, this was all on my end. There are things that, happen, but I am glad to say I am now unburdened by the things that blah, blah, blah.
We are now unburdened by what has been.
Whatever the fuck she says. It's gobbledygook. It's nonsense, but thank you for sticking tough with me here, Joe.
It's erection night.
And right now, I thought I had the world's most dangerous erection on J6.
Oh God, that was a great day.
What?
Who said that?
Well, I mean, really, it was much ado about nothing.
It really was. If that was a so-called insurrection, as the most armed country in the history of the world, we did a really poor job.
Yeah. Nobody did anything other than walk into the building. Somebody took some pictures, at fucking Pelosi's desk. I think AOC had some of her shoes stolen, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Someone put his feet up on her desk. I mean, I feel like in her prime, I probably would have taken Nancy Pelosi for a good ride. I mean, she does have those jumbo jugs.
I mean, I did see pictures of her, from when she was far younger. Not a bad looking woman in her prime.
Not terrible. I mean, if you knew what a raging cunt she was going to grow up to be, maybe you would have thought twice about marrying her. But you definitely would have slapped her around at a cocktail party in the coat room.
Well, look what happens when you marry her. You end up being gay, and
yeah, that's true too.
By one of your, scorned lovers, and then
they try to one of your jilted gay lovers.
Yeah.
And he comes at you with a ball peen hammer, and you're like, Jesus Christ, no, please.
I love how they tried to pin that on. Oh, he was a Trump supporter. Like, no.
He was a crazed Trump supporter. It's like, all right, guys, like seriously, we're not buying. Like, you guys know, like, we have the internet, right? Like, we can see things. I don't know. Like,
things happen at light speed now.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, before we get into the numbers right now, which we will get to, because now us starting a bit later is actually kind of good in a way. And, we're not going to be going all night here with the election stuff. But nice segue here, I think. The grave injustice that happened yesterday or 2 days ago. Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon.
Dicks out for Peanut. Dicks out. Sorry, Harambe, you've been replaced.
Well, I'd like to say it's nuts out for Peanut and trash out for Fred.
Yep.
You could also say junk.
Dicks out for both.
Hey, pull all of your junk out for all three of them. You got the trifecta right there now. You got a gorilla, a squirrel, and a raccoon. Such an overreach of...
That is a great combo. That just sounds like a Marvel movie waiting to happen.
Well, I mean, Rocket Raccoon is already a thing.
Oh, yeah, they did have a raccoon, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper voiced him.
That's right.
And actually, funnily enough, in the third one, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched some of it. I watched like 2/3 of it on my flights, on my last flight to and from Kansas City last year, and still didn't get to finish it because of the Wi-Fi up there. Because they want to start charging you like $10. And, fuck you.
Yeah. No. It's like, no, this should be comped.
Yeah, but
You were 30 minutes late at the
heavy
gate. Get out of here.
emphasis in that movie about his origin story and like the other animals that were experimented on there, and it's actually pretty sad. But the what's even sadder is the reality of that Karen from Texas who got jealous over internet clout. That this guy in upstate New York somewhere has a quote unquote illegal pet squirrel in an illegal pet raccoon. Now I can get it on the raccoon sense for rabies. They're heavily prone to it. Squirrels not so much.
But if they're vaccinated, like your dog gets a rabies shot, you take the raccoon. I mean, it's listen. You will never ever hear me say that like people shouldn't be allowed to own like exotic crazy pets.
As long as
all right?
you're treating them right and they're
like
if they're potentially dangerous, not just letting them run free. By all accounts, neither of these animals are just roaming around.
I mean, if people with sub 90 IQs are allowed to own pit bulls, then you should be able to own pretty much whatever the fuck you want. I mean, pit bulls kill more people in this country every single year than, I don't know, tigers, lions, bears, coyotes, wolves combined. Like, I don't know. And people are allowed to just have those as pets haphazardly. So, I mean, I just, you'll never hear me bitch about having, exotic pets. I think it's one of those, like, listen, if you can control it and contain it and it doesn't hurt anybody, what's the fucking problem?
I don't see the problem either. And he had him and his family had those animals under their care for years.
And I love trash pandas.
He rehabilitated them, and then certain animals, depending on their age when you do that, or even condition, they're not fit to go back into the wild.
Correct.
So, but what is so funny and how this became like a rallying call for the right is because of the analogy of somebody being so upset, and especially happening in such a blue state as New York. Didn't happen in the city, obviously. But they went in, treated these people like they were hardened criminals, searched the house.
Breaking news. Trump has just been called for Georgia.
Called for Georgia.
So Georgia goes to Trump. According to...
Actually, I'll bring up those numbers.
Decision HQ desk projects Trump winner in battleground state of Georgia.
Yep.
According to Reuters.
Yep. I'm just looking at like the Google updates. Yeah. As of right now, 51.2%.
Which I think that should have been called like 20, 30 minutes ago, but
with
whatever.
88% of all the counties and districts reporting. He has Florida with 56.2% with 96% reporting. He's got North Carolina, 52. Pennsylvania, big swing state, 51. Only 55% reporting there, but that's not a bad sign. Wisconsin, 49.8%. I expect some.
I think Wisco is going to go to Trump. I think Michigan is going to be close. PA is going to go to Trump.
It's looking right now, based on the map that I have up, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, North Carolina, and Georgia are all projected to be Trump.
If that's the case, then we are talking a Ronald Reagan-esque landslide, like a 1984 landslide, because he's going to win the popular vote too. I think he's leading by like 4 million in the popular vote right now.
If he has those swing states right there, the ones that I just named,
it's a wrap.
California's not going to matter.
None of it matters. No, she had to win Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and I think Georgia as well. If we the map, or just no, not Georgia, but she had to win those three. And if any one went to Trump, it was over.
I am surprised with Pennsylvania, to be honest. As of right now, it's still early, but
well, it's not early actually. The polls have been closed for 2.5 hours. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. The polls have been closed for 31 minutes in Pennsylvania. The last polls closed 31 minutes ago in Pennsylvania because they were forced to extend them because the machines went down. And they got a judge to file an injunction or whatever the fuck they do, and they said nope, you got to leave the polls open for 2 hours to make up for it. And in a certain county that Scott Pressler was super heavy on.
He just went up slightly in Arizona. We'll see how that goes. Arizona is one of those weird states that you'd think just by proximity, although it does touch tips with California, but it's like right there. And it's right below Colorado, which is a progressive state. I like some of their policies that they have in place. But as far as their government goes, like how they run, all the bigger picture shit.
Wow, New York, the New York Times now has Trump at an 82% chance of winning. And he is currently leading in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Arizona, like we said. So, man, like I said, I think I think by midnight we're gonna have this thing wrapped up.
My memory might be foggy on it. We talked about this last week because we both had conflicting time frames of when it seemed to be called. I think maybe the truth lies somewhere in the middle of between what we both thought, because this was fucking 8 years ago in 2016.
Yeah, I would have to go back. Let me see. When did they call? When did Trump win 2016? Hold on, wait a second. What time did Trump win 2016? Timeline. How the night unfolded. The Guardian. I don't know if this is reliable, but whatever. 1:35 a.m. Trump finally clinches Pennsylvania. Trump is now at 264. I think that's when we really started to hit home. Then at 2:30 a.m. this is when Trump captures Wisconsin, putting him at 270. Putting him over 270.
That makes a bit more sense because, like I said, I was at the Poor Farm.
Yeah, because I remember I was on the phone. I was on the phone with PJ.
I think they probably closed on a Tuesday back then, maybe like
12, 11:30.
But it was already, the writing was on the wall at that point. So me and my cousin celebrated.
Yep.
Yeah, right now Harris is sitting at 112 to Trump's 198.
And then you got 16 more now coming from Georgia. So that'll put him at 214. And then another 20 from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I mean, it's not a wrap, but we're on the right track here.
I think this seems kind of similar to how things went down in 2016 in terms of the progression of it. You could probably.
Well, if you look at it, all Trump needed to do was do what he did in 2020, win those same states, and then grab Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty much it. Like, if that happened, that was it. That was the only thing that needed to happen. So, I don't know. I mean, it gets to a point where I didn't see a mathematical route for her to win. Based on just what I've been paying. Like, I don't know. Maybe I pay more attention than the average person. I don't know. I don't think I do, but maybe apparently I do, because when I talk to some of my friends about some of this stuff, and they're just like, wait, what? And this, that, and they're like, I don't know. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, how do you how do you not know this shit? But no, it's just, I feel like it was just, there was, to me, tonight was going to be, this was going to be a referendum on where this country is going. And I feel like it's men being sick and tired of told that we're privileged and we don't work for what we have, when we all know goddamn well we bust our fucking ass every single goddamn day. We do the jobs that nobody else wants to do. We do them when no one else wants to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people got sick and fucking tired of just being, feeling disenfranchised all the time.
I think it's that, and also a lot of other people that weren't for him before, be them men or women, or men who pretend to be. I'm not gonna fuck. You know what? Those people definitely won't vote for Trump. But I think a lot of minds got changed with.
Well, there's a 40% chance they're not going to matter in a year anyway.
Nah.
We can only hope.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's a whole other. But what I mean is,
either.
even my sister, who hated him in 2016, it took her getting hit in her bank account over the past 4 years to
But
realize.
your sister that I know,
Yeah,
she voted for Trump.
I think she might have, but
You're talking about the same one that corrected me when we called her a Latina and she said she was a Latinx?
the very same.
Oh my God.
It was
Wow,
about a year ago. She
That is a
brought-
major.
I know, right? But
Holy
I didn't.
shit.
The way that went down is she brought it up. She was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know you were right about him because things were better, and I think he would have handled the pandemic a lot better as well." And then she basically said, "Now you can say I told you so." And I said, "I'm not going to say that, sis. That's not what this is about. I was being the bigger person. You tried to basically disown me because of that.
Mhm.
But here we are. We're family." And I was like, I'm not going to say I told you so. What I will say is I'm glad you came to that conclusion on your own, albeit the hard way, but you did. So, now you can see the forest through the trees. So I believe she might have. I don't really talk politics with her all that much.
Right.
It was her intention last year around this time that she said she plans on voting for him, regardless who the well, at the time it would have been Biden if assuming Trump did get the nomination.
Yeah, I mean, it's listen. There have been I've had a lot of friends that I've red pilled over the last whatever. Let's see. I just want to say I'm at 1,980 friends as of this show on Facebook.
Hey.
Okay, I just want to make a note of that. Quick aside. I just want to make a note of that.
Yeah.
We'll see where that is this time tomorrow night. Because I got some shit to say when this is all said and done, and a lot of people are not going to like you for it. And honestly, I really don't care because I spent the last. I'm going to say the last. I think I was talking to my brother earlier today, and we were talking. I was like, the last 16 years, basically since Obama's first term.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was playing college football the year Obama was elected. Okay, I was the one white kid that sat at my table in the at that particular group of friends that I had at the time. They were all. Everybody else was, as Russell Crowe would say, Puerto Rican, or actually no, they weren't. They were Cape Verdean. But whatever.
Cape Verdean. They certainly weren't Chinamen.
No, they weren't Chinamen. They were fighting around the world.
They didn't know how to fight with their legs.
Yeah. Tricky little bastards. Hey, Tucker, give me a hand. So it was all African Americans and Cape Verdeans. And when I say I was the whitest kid at this table, I was the whitest kid at this table. Like no one else ate like they thought I was grocery eating mayonnaise and blue cheese. They were like, "What is wrong with you?" So I was the one white kid, and then Obama, and then politics would come up, and I felt like I was pretty well versed back then in politics. Like I wasn't nearly as into it, or I didn't inundate myself with it as much as I do now, because obviously I'm a lot older, and things actually mean a lot more to me. I mean, we're talking, 2008. So yeah, we're talking 17 years ago, almost. And when Obama was first coming in, I was like, no, I'm like. And it got to me like throughout training camp in September, that first month of the season, the second month of the season, like talking to all my buddies and everything else, and then like sitting with these guys, and like literally, I mean, this is a team, so like you sit with these guys every day, you're in meetings with them every day, you're practicing with them every day.
Yep.
All you do is spend time with them. When you're not in class, you're with the team. And I'm like I said, I'm the only white kid there. And at one point, it like actually had me being like thinking like, maybe I will vote for Obama. Maybe I will just kind of like go that route and just, maybe he's right. Maybe we do need some fucking change. We got to shake some shit up here and do some different things.
Yeah, I can
And
relate.
then I looked into his policies and I was like, this motherfucker is a fucking communist. I was like, this guy's chocolate Stalin. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? And I think I said that at the table, and next thing you know, like within like a week, I was the only one sitting at the table. And that's how it went. And I was fine with that, except my one buddy who stuck with me. And, I won't mention him by name because I don't think he likes me anymore because I'm a Trump guy, but that's okay. Things did, end up, we ended up divorcing over politics nonetheless. But
How sad.
my point is, to get people to come around to your side and see things from your perspective is like that's a huge thing. Like I've red pilled a couple of my friends. I mean, like hardcore red pilled. But it took like, I mean, I can think of one example in particular. It took me like 2 years.
Yeah.
Of like every day, like coming in, like talking to somebody and being like, nope, that's not true. Nope, here's the proof. Nope, that's not true. No, here's the proof. To the point where like he was throwing his hands up. He's like, I don't even know what to fucking believe anymore. And I'm like, well, you can believe me, who has no reason to lie to you, or you can believe the mainstream media and the politicians who have every reason to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just throwing that out there.
Exactly. On my end, I stopped trying to convince people a long time ago. All I've put out there is my opinion, and I've backed that up with facts. Now, it's still my opinion and how I say it and what I believe in those facts. But all I've wanted to do is show them, hey, you know, you're kind of wrong on this shit. Just like that video I shared with you the other night at Trump's one of the latest speeches when he talked about McCain's daughter.
Cheney's daughter.
How would she
Liz
feel?
Cheney. Liz Cheney, that fucking vapid cunt.
Yeah, how would she feel if she was facing, 9 guns or whatever, and she had a rifle, and then the media, the left media, went wild and basically saying he wants to put her in front of a firing squad. They have been taking him out of context, and all of those instances are easily disproven. They just glom onto that one sound clip of each of those, instances, and they cannot be swayed otherwise. It's like, no, look at the actual complete footage. The blood, it's going to be a bloodbath thing. I'm going to be a dictator on day one thing. Not exactly what he said. He said those words, but you didn't listen to the whole. You're not replaying the whole goddamn
Right. It's like, you can say, like, if somebody's like, I love children, it depends on what comes before and after that sentence, between the difference between being like a babysitter and a pedophile.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta, the context matters. And the left-wing media, obviously, they were desperate as fuck leading up to tonight to just cram anything they fucking could out there, just push everything they could out there in order to just make it so like, oh no, he's literally Hitler. I mean, they went back to that playbook, like that page of their playbook.
Yeah, the rally at Madison Square Garden was referred to.
Yeah, did you know neo-Nazis had a rally there in 1939? It's like, well, did you know Bill Clinton accepted the nomination as president there in like 1990, whatever, two, or whatever it was?
Yeah,
Like,
so what's the difference?
what's the difference? Like, what are you talking about? MSG's been it's been one of the most world-renowned. Like, did you know Kobe dropped 60 there? Like, is Kobe now fucking Hitler? Like, I don't know. Because if he is, then LeBron's fucked. Because LeBron's done really well in that building.
Right?
But you just, and I think I said this. I don't know if we said it last week. But one of my buddies asked me. He said, they're going back to the. I can't believe they're going back to. He's literally Hitler. He's literally Hitler. And he's like, it's almost like they don't even have a fucking plan.
No,
And I looked at him and I said, no. I said, they don't have a plan. I said, their plan went out the window when he turned right to look at a graph in July, on July 13th.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't supposed to turn his head to the right.
That was their plan.
That was their plan, was his brain splattered all over the stage. That was their, and then they tried again at the golf course, and that failed with that fucking weirdo who, supports the Ukraine, which I have a fucking cousin who's like, she's all into fucking supporting Ukraine and Palestine, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you are just the worst kind of fucking person.
Which is
Like,
why
it's embarrassing.
Like you had mentioned, it's going to be crazy if he, and it's looking more and more right now. I'm taking a look at the updated numbers here, that he does win. He's going to have to be under, like, remember the Pope Mobile? It's going to have to be something crazier than that. He's going to have to be running around in, like, the Batmobile.
I think once he takes the office, I think he's basically untouchable.
And between now and January.
Well, no, I think once this election is called, because once this election is called, he gains presidential protection from the Secret Service.
Yep.
And he now has the authority to start hiring and firing people. And he has private security. Him and Elon have been working together on this a couple times. RFK obviously is very in tune with presidents being assassinated. He knows a thing or two about that. But no, I think I think from once this election gets called, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, because it's looking like it's more and more it's going to be tonight. But I'm thinking by from tomorrow to January 19th, especially in like high liberal dense liberal population centers, it's going to make 2020 look like a fucking cakewalk, dude. Like there's going to be looting, burning, rioting. The meltdown is going to be one that we have yet to see because these people honestly think, and this is what I think is so fucking hilarious. They honestly think like Donald Trump is going to come like knock on their door and be like, he's going to knock on their door and be like, guess who's here, bitch? Oh, heard you had some disparaging things to say about me. Looks like you're going to jail. Put her in. See you later. Like
real terrible things, horrendous
really,
things.
Yeah, I heard you said.
We all heard it. I heard it. You heard it.
People say that you're a loser. I don't say that, but people say that. It's no, that's not going to happen. Like if you're a lib and you're voting against Trump, guess what? You're going to go on about your life, and you're going to be fucking fine. Like, nothing is going to happen to you. No trans people are getting thrown in jail. No fucking, no gays are getting tossed off buildings. We're not Muslim. We're not a Muslim country yet. We never thought the UK would be there either, but here they are.
Jesus
Christ.
What a mess that place is.
Who? We're not there yet, but like nothing bad is going to happen. If you're a lib, like you're going to just go about your fucking life. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, maybe in your particular state, like you can't use abortion as a backup plan to your birth control, so you can just go hoe out on every fucking weekend and not have to worry about it. Like, maybe you're gonna have a little bit of sense of responsibility. Like, I don't know. Maybe telling this guy whose first name you don't even know, like, hey man, like I'm not on the pill. Do you mind pulling out? Like something as simple as that, or just I don't know. Maybe don't get banged in the gas station bathroom at 2:30 a.m. on the highway when you're home from the club.
Like whatever. Both parties making wise decisions.
Yeah. So God damn it! The consequences of my own actions. Son of a bitch. I hate those.
This again.
God,
I hate it so much.
Every time I try to get rid of them. And believe me, as somebody like, speaking of like consequences of your own actions, like as someone who would greatly benefit from student loan forgiveness, I think that is the dumbest fucking idea in the world. I would take it in a heartbeat, but I'm not going to fucking. I'm going to pay for it one way or another. So. My moral compass says if y'all want to vote for the people who want to pay my loan off, by all means, go right ahead. Still not voting for your guy, no. But you can pay my loan while you're at it. I mean, I don't give a shit.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. So quick update on some of the numbers here. Surprisingly, I mean, this is only 25% reporting in Michigan, but Donald Trump's at 50%.
I'm not surprised. Michigan is a Michigan. I mean.
In Wisconsin, 50%.
Listen, I think he's going to win all three.
This is
Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. I think he's going to take all three.
I figured he was going to get a couple of those, Midwesterny swing states. Pennsylvania was the one I was like, that could go either way. Because its proximity to the other.
I felt like Pennsylvania was going to go to Trump just because of the amount of time they spent in Pennsylvania registering voters and actually like on the ground. Like if you follow Scott Pressler, I don't know if you follow him or not.
I've heard. I think I've seen a few things of his. Yeah.
He did the Michael Jordan thing where he was like. We lost Pennsylvania in 2020, and I took that personally. And he went out and he has been boots on the ground, knocking on doors, registering people county by county, a relentless effort in order to flip Pennsylvania back to red. Because they knew that there was people that wanted to vote for Trump, but they just didn't care, whatever. And they went out and they generated that energy. So I always felt like Pennsylvania was going to go to Trump just based on that.
Yep.
But the other two, Wisconsin and Michigan, I felt like you would take one, but not both. Now it's looking like it might be both.
And as of right now, the AP hasn't called the race yet, obviously, but as we all know, 270 to win. Trump is currently sitting projected at 210 to Harris's 113. So he's
Yep.
basically got a hundo on her.
Yep. And I mean, as of right now, the New York Times electoral college estimate has Trump at 299 and Harris is 239. And they have it leaning towards into likely now that Trump wins, 87% chance, and Trump as a plus 1% to win the popular vote.
Who would have thought that? I mean,
I did. I called it.
You did last week. I think that's when we brought it up. Initially, it was just like, he has a chance to get it. I was like, then
yep.
again,
I thought
I really
listen.
shouldn't be that surprised, to be honest, because of the influx of all the things that happened within the past, 4 months or so.
The biggest thing that I can say that helped him win the popular vote was Elon Musk and Joe Rogan.
That
too. But it was Elon Musk and Joe Rogan because you go on the Joe Rogan podcast. And again, I think this election, I think we talked about this last week. I feel like this is the final nail in the coffin of legacy media. I don't think anyone is going to be taking MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, CBS, anybody seriously from now ever again. They're never going to take them seriously because you've got Elon, you've got Joe Rogan. I mean, you've got everybody's got a podcast now. Podcasts are the most popular form of media among young impressionable voters.
Yep.
So whoever can capitalize on that market is going to have a long-standing. Now, it takes the right candidate to do it. And I really feel good about like obviously Trump's Trump. When you get Trump, like somebody asked me like the other day, like, oh, if you could play golf with any foursome, you and three other people, would you want to play golf with famous people? And number one was Donald Trump. Number two was Michael Jordan. And number three was John Daly. So,
of course.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, fuck yeah. And they were like, really? Like, no Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods? I'm like, nah, like, I like all those guys. But like, the shit talking I would do to Michael Jordan and the shit talking he would do back would be fucking epic. Uncle Donnie is, basically, a fucking scratch golfer, and he's an old man and he likes to golf. So he doesn't even drink, he doesn't party.
But then John Daly,
there with this rolling fucking, bar to help, and just sit there and just fucking rip stoves and pound beers with. So I'm like, that would be my ideal force. The music would be going. We'd be out there fucking yucking it up. I'd be talking shit to Michael Jordan. I mean, get clowned on. But I don't know. Sometimes people talk shit to me. It brings the best out of me. I don't know. Maybe that's why I played so terribly yesterday. No one ran in the mouth.
I'm not a golfer. Closest thing I ever came to doing anything, like an actual game is playing old pitch and putt at City View back in the day. But that foursome you just named there, including yourself, I gotta say that's gonna be a hard three people to beat in terms of
Oh, I'm not saying I would win. I'm just saying
I mean that's a hard three to beat in terms of
I would be. Yeah, right. I thought so. I thought that was a pretty good threesome. Like three people to play with. That's a solid foursome right there. Like you're going out and like who am I partnered up with? And you're like, oh. Because you could be the opposite. You could be like paired up with like Joe Biden, Bryson DeChambeau, and I don't know, fucking Scalabrine. And you're like,
well, guess what? I'm the only one coming back on that cart, and don't go checking one of the fucking water hazards.
Yeah, exactly.
And never mind the blood on my fucking,
Yeah.
7-iron.
Oops. I mean, I would just tell Joe, like, hey, Joe, your golf ball's in the alligator's mouth over there. Huh? Oh, okay. And you just go reaching in for it and get dragging the water. Where'd he go? I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over there. I gotta go and do it.
I'm gonna smack this gator on its ass.
Yeah, and then while Scal's trying to help me, be like, hey, Scal, you're gonna look the other way, and then bam.
Hey, Scal, look over there. Bye. And just leave. Just ghost him on the tee box. Like, just drive away. Where you going?
Michael Rappaport might as well be the same person.
Oh my God. Rappaport used to be wicked funny too. Now he sucks.
Oh, dude, I loved him as an actor.
Same.
And dramatic, comedic. He was
He
great.
was half-baked, right? Wasn't he half-baked?
You're thinking of Harlan Williams.
Oh, okay. Who was Rappaport in one of those cult funny movies when we were kids? Like early 2000s.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
I know. He's been in a shit ton.
He's so synonymous with, getting like punched in the face by somebody that he was harassing on the street.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a bad look.
Now that some people said that might have been staged, I don't think it was. Like, what's the
I
game that
mean,
you get? Sympathy, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be it'd be better to it'd be better to not have that staged.
Right. Because of the reason.
If it's staged, you're like, ugh.
Well, he's an actor, so stayed. But yeah,
Fox is now reporting the Harris campaign is no longer giving comments.
when did they give any kind of comment that meant anything other than Trump is Hitler and that's our platform? I don't really have a plan going forward. You just got to trust me. I'll fix all the things that me and Joe fucked up that we could have fixed.
Like you know, I love like on day one, Trump's going to be a dictator. It's like he had 4 years in office to do that, and he didn't.
And you had 3.5 years.
But on day one, Kamala's going to fix everything. It's like she had 3.5 years to do that.
Dude, if she actually did do like one big policy move before the election, that probably would have sealed it for her. Because then people would have said, "Oh, Joe might have been pretty goddamn incompetent, but I tried to get him, to get the ball rolling on these things. And look, I got something done from being, getting the court nomination until election day. It didn't even have to be something big, just something. And she didn't.
Well, you know why I think, and honestly, I think the reason for that is because she would have needed Joe Biden to do something for her to give her a win. And after she pulled that coup on Joe and basically threatened him with the 25th, which we all know what happened, he was like, fuck you, you're on your own, bitch. Like, sink or swim, deuces.
I'm going to go eat ice cream and sit on a bench in the park.
Hey, have fun with that one, Jack.
Hey. You're the sucker, Kamal.
I'd like to take you out back to the gym and beat your ass. And rub my hands through your blonde hair legs.
I'll let you continue regaling everybody with great stories. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab a glass with some ice.
Okay.
And another beer. I'll be like
all
2 seconds.
Yeah, you do that. So I'm just looking at the numbers here. So right now, after Trump took Kansas 8 minutes ago, his odds are up to, I believe, 80-something percent now. Republicans do take control of the Senate, which is big. That just got called by Town Hall Media 4 minutes ago. So that's pretty good. If I was anybody, if you're on the right, if you're a Trump guy right now, you're a Trump woman, because there are plenty of those. If you're a modern woman and you like voting Donald Trump, well, we got news for you. You've come to the right place. If you are into this kind of thing, I would definitely be turning over to CNN, MSNBC. I'd be watching all this right now because as of right now, CNN is reporting Kamala Harris' headquarters have fallen to complete silence. Supporters visibly tense. This is 2016 all over again, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even think it's going to take till 2:30 in the morning. I think it's going to be over before then. I've been saying that all along. I've been saying he's going to win the popular vote. I just didn't see any way. I didn't see any other way. The only way that didn't happen was if the Republicans didn't turn out, and they didn't vote. Luckily, they turned up. They voted. They stayed in line, and they knew if they didn't stay in line that the 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m. ballot dump, there was a pipe burst in Georgia. We had to evacuate the polling place. And, look at that, 300,000 votes just turned up. Joe Biden. Oh my God, how did that happen? Nothing to see here, folks. So I think people realized that, and they knew they needed to make this too big to rig. And that is exactly what happened. So here we are. We are sitting here now on the precipice of a 4-year term of Donald Trump, and then I would hopefully, ideally, another 8 years of J.D. Vance after that, because boy, let me tell you, if we get 16 years of Make America Great Again, America First Republican candidates, and they get rid of these rhino fucks that have penetrated.
Charlie Baker, remember that asshole?
Oh, Charlie Longshanks, that fucking douchebag.
He was on a test train a couple years ago. When the Freetown station was still being built for the
Yep.
South Coast Rail project, and I had to stand there. I had to flag the traffic as we were testing the crossings, and they're going by, and it's him and a bunch of other goddamn, bureaucrats.
Suits.
And this was on his way out of office. And I'm standing there, and I can't see him as it's going by. But I just stood there like this. Like, you fuck.
Stoic. Grilling. Fuck you.
But you know what's heartwarming is...
hang on. What is heartwarming? No, I gotta take a piss real quick.
Yep, this is a real quick anecdote.
Go ahead.
On my job, not going to tell people where I work now because I have too many flat earthers that want to, probably call them up. But
come on, bro.
A number of Trump wearing apparel people wearing apparel of him, and just said, "Hey, not for nothing, hope he wins tonight." And they were like, "Oh shit, you like?" I was like, "Don't let the hair fool you. I'm fairly conservative." And they were like,
I am not. Don't let this peak male performance look. Spook you into thinking be right back. 30 seconds.
All right, I'll hold down the fort. But yeah, speaking of all of that stuff, it's just good to see people not afraid to say what they feel about him anymore, like in support. I mean, it's not like they weren't, or we weren't, in 2016 or in 2020, but after J6 and that nonsense, that is just much ado about nothing, really. Again, Joe and I have brought this up before. If that's an insurrection, then it was the worst one ever because nobody was taken hostage. There weren't demands being made. Trump didn't actually incite the thing. He told everybody to fucking leave. He just wanted to be there to make a statement and be like, hey, we feel like the election was stolen. To me, this is my opinion, there's more evidence to prove that it was, in fact, a fraud than not. I watched that happen live. And so that's my
okay.
On it. But yeah,
right. I didn't hear anything you said, but I assume it was great.
Yeah, no, I just said it's nice to see that people aren't afraid to, show their support for him, especially after, J6. And I just reiterated how J6 was, if it was an insurrection, it was probably the worst one ever because And Trump also told people to fuck off, and he didn't tell anybody to do any of that shit. The whole purpose of them being there was to bring to light, hey, this election seemed pretty goddamn fishy.
Wow. So I'm seeing right now on Dartmouth Guide, little local action.
Yep.
Kamala Harris won Dartmouth by 31 votes.
That's it?
That's it. 8,858 to 8,827.
That, to me, I mean,
that's huge.
Wasn't going to win Massachusetts regardless, but for
that right there is very telling.
That makes sense because of all the signs that I see, especially in the more rural areas, like you come out
my way out to towards the Acushnet. It's all Trump.
Yep. Yeah.
All Trump.
There's surprisingly though, there is quite a bit in heading towards Westport and via a Horseneck area.
Oh yeah, that's it. West
Lakeville,
Acushnet.
People.
I think it's also rural. It's the rural areas that And again, this whole election, Trav, it's been for me. This is the taking back of America by the people with common sense, by the people that think like just because you're born with a dick and you decide at 20 years old you're a chick doesn't mean you get to go compete in the Olympics. Check.
Absolutely.
That is just the most basic common sense shit in the world, and I feel like this is a return to common sense for a lot of people. Like common sense is prevailing again. Like, okay, we gave you guys your little fun, okay, and I'm not going in on my actual friends who are strictly just homosexuals. But it all started with just bake the fucking cake. Just let him get married. What the fuck's the worst that's going to happen? And fast forward, 13, 12, 14 years, and here we are. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, This is not what we signed up for. And it's like, well, we told you, there were some of us, hi, that said, yeah, it's a pretty slippery slope. Like, you better be careful. Okay, you fucking homophobe. I'm like, I'm not a homophobe at all, bro. Gays don't scare me. Not afraid at all, actually. Got plenty of friends and family that are gay. Like, don't care. Never bothers me. Don't give a shit. Like, whatever you want to slam clams? Go nuts. You know what I mean? You want a sword fight? Go nuts. I don't care. Like, it's not my business.
I want to say this was in 20. It might have been pre-pandemic, but yeah, went to Knuckleheads one night for a show.
My home away from home.
Yeah, went there for
best bar on the planet, by the way.
It's great, and the fact that the shows are all free and they have really good bands.
They do have really good bands. They do a really good job. Stoney and Sal did a really good job the last decade since I quit.
I don't go there as often as I used to, but when I do, it's still.
I don't either. I regret it because I go in there. Every time I go in there, I'm like, I only know like three people now.
Well, yeah,
you know.
Yeah, the staff has had a turnaround, but I was outside.
Still mostly good staff. Staff is great. The staff I do know that still work there. Love you guys.
Well, I was outside. I was smoking a cigarette, and then I decided to pack a bowl. And I offered anybody else that wanted to, partake that they could. No takers except for this clear man in a dress. I don't know this person, but they introduced themselves as Stephanie. Okay. I will call you Stephanie. I don't know you by any other name.
Can't go away what you told me. So
turns out, very cool person. They enjoyed me smoking them up. They rode a Harley in there, and I was like, "You didn't wear the dress, though." And they were like, "No, I got my jeans and chaps in my saddlebags over there. I changed when I got here." I was like, "Fair enough." Yeah.
I mean, whatever, dude.
Yeah,
by all means, go nuts. Do you? I don't care. I went to Lowe's one night. The one down by the intersection of like 18, like Cogsall and where 195 is. Not LaBeau's. I'm sorry. La Place. Remember La Place?
Yeah.
The gay bar, whatever it is now. So I went there with one of my old managers. God rest his soul. J Dog. Love you, buddy. We went there one night. It was him, one of his gay friends, and he was my manager at work at the time. My wife was my girlfriend at the time, and another one of our friends. And I went there, and it was fucking great. I didn't pay for a single fucking drink. Guys were just buying me drinks nonstop. Like I couldn't keep up. I had this one little like gnomish leprechaun looking individual who just kept looking and going like, "You are a snack." And I'm like. Bet I am. And I'm sitting there and I'm like hiking my shorts up around my thighs, like spreading my legs extra wide. And I'm like, looking at my junior. I'm like, do you think they'll like it if I do this? And he's like, I fucking hate you. And he's like, I come in here all the time. I know I never buys me a drink. You come in here one fucking night, and everyone's throwing the fucking drinks. I'm like, bro, I'm a bear. You know what I mean?
I would say you're better than that, sir. You are, in fact, the vanilla gorilla.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'll take it. But it was fun as shit. Like I have no problem. Like I listen again. Like you do in the privacy of your own bedroom, not my business. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm not afraid of homophobes. Not afraid. But back 12, 14 years ago, when the whole North Carolina bathroom thing came up, and they were like, "Whoa, what about transgender people using the other bathroom?" I'm like, what? Like it's like a brand new thing. And even now, like my friends who like I talked to back then, who are hyper liberal now, and like totally pro-trans, they were even like, whoa, like pump the brakes. What do you mean? Like if that's my daughter in that bathroom, and some dude goes in there and he's a chick, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
Exactly.
Now later, they're like, oh,
I remember people being trans dating back far longer than what it is now, but I think right now it's part of the brain rot over the last.
I don't remember anybody being trans. I remember like cross-dressers, like drag queens, like flamboyant gay. I'm sure they have,
but it was it. The thing is, it wasn't a fad. Now it's a fad.
Well, yes, exactly. Once Reddit got a hold of it, it was game over.
And the problem with it being a fad, who follows fads the most?
Impressionable dumb people
and children.
Impressionable dumb people.
Yeah, I mean, you did say it.
Yeah.
But but they've existed for however. I mean, now they're trying to claim one of the Roman emperors as being trans. The hilarious thing about that is he was a tremendous failure, and he was murdered by his own. Oh, he did horrible things. He murdered babies. For fun.
Big time update in Pennsylvania, real quick. 70% reporting according to the AP. 70% reporting 51% Trump, 47% Kamala.
Let's take.
So he is up about. He's up a almost clean 4 point. Call it clean 3 points in Pennsylvania right now with 70%. So that is.
Yeah, I see him with 50.
All but a wrap.
3% with 72 reporting.
Okay. So that's better than mine. Because I got him at 51 with 70.
Okay.
So anyway, things are good. Trump 3.5%, Pennsylvania 75% reporting.
I just saw that jump to Harris. Let me refresh this.
Yeah. No, I got it. There's no way in hell she made that big jump.
Okay. Yeah. No.
70 seconds.
For some reason.
I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that because we did live through 2020. So
I clicked on the Pennsylvania stuff, like the tab, and then for some reason it said she was up 58%. I was like, wait a minute.
Kamala Harris underperforming in Philadelphia when compared to Biden in 2020.
Wait, she's not winning all the black votes there?
No, apparently not. Did you see Trump? I forget what state it was. Trump took like 23% of the black vote. I think it was Georgia, maybe. It was insane. It was the highest ever. Beat George Bush's old record, 2024.
Wow.
And George Bush like held down. And I didn't realize like George was so popular among blacks. And then I was like listening to an old Jadakiss album. Yeah, I listened to an old Jadakiss album. And he was like, I want to go to win, but I can fuck with Bush though. He's gonna let the Raw come in. And I was like, huh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really remember that because I really didn't like W.
I liked him at the time. As time has gone on, and history has not looked at him very favorably.
No, I didn't like how he handled all of at post 9/11 stuff.
I love how he handled post 9/11. I didn't like how he now looking back at it, how he handled leading up to 9/11. I have a very big problem with.
Right.
And then everything thereafter, the Patriot Act, invading Iraq, all that shit. Jesus Christ. That was probably one of my biggest regrets was supporting the war in Iraq in 2003.
That's the funny thing too, dude. Like, because I was a senior when 9/11 happened.
Yeah, I was junior. I remember I was junior. So yeah.
And there was me and my stoner burnout friends, and that remember at lunch that you'd have the recruiters come by.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, hey, take this aptitude test or whatever, and we all did it as a joke. I didn't even do it seriously. I did not stop getting recruiters showing up to my house on like Saturday mornings or afternoons, and they're bringing me and my family lunch, and they're like, he scored really high on these he could be a fucking officer if he want. And I'm just sitting there laughing, and I'm like, like I did that as a joke. I didn't even try.
Yeah. This goof.
I was like, I suck at school.
They're like, sir, you could run the Navy. What?
I mean, I did rear admiral.
I did play a lot of Red Alert too. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Oh, I love this. Dude, the FMV cutscenes. Holy shit.
Dude, I mean, come on. Think about how great Command and Conquer was as a video game franchise. Real quick. Like aside from the fact that it was the greatest RTS media of all time, you had like the cutscenes, some of the actors they had. I mean, you had what's his name? From Congo, the city of Zinj.
Tim Curry.
Fuck's his name? Yeah, Tim Curry. You had him. You had the black dude with the ill voice. Not Idris Elba. The other guy with the kind of gap tooth. He did the Keith David. Thank you. He did the voice of Lana Kane's father in Archer. In that one episode.
No, dude, fucking Requiem for.
He's everywhere. Yeah, he's awesome. Right. Requiem for a Dream. Thank you. Yeah.
Fucking
right, yeah, the thing. Whoa, blood, the ceiling.
But yeah, dude, that it was stacked.
They
had Ric Flair in one at one point.
They did.
Yeah,
they really they had Michael Ironsides.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. Like they had some sick
fucking
actors in those games.
Crazy
Cutscenes. And that was in the 90s, dude. Before like those were big time people in the 90s, and they were still like fucking ultimate video game.
And for an RTS game, which they were kind of the big ones, and then that same company, I believe it's Westwood Studios, went on to make Age
Westwood.
of Mythology and Age of Empires. They did the Age games that were all RTS. Follow the same.
Bernie Moreno wins the Ohio State Senate seat. That's big.
Oh,
Real big.
huge.
That's huge. That is really big. So.
But yeah, dude, those games were so much fun.
But yeah, they were phenomenal. I love Command & Conquer. Like I've got a $5,000 fucking gaming PC sitting right behind me over my left shoulder here.
Yep.
I still play C on the reg, dude. Like yeah, could do some. My brother hit me up like, yo, you hopping on Call of Duty tonight? I'm like, eventually, probably, but also, I don't know. Like, I want to play some Red Alert too. I don't know.
I
Maybe
get
some
sucked back in. My
Tiberian
backlog
Sun.
on my PC and all my consoles is enormous because I just keep buying things, and then I fall into playing older shit.
It never fails. Dude. You always revert back to like it's like. I'll use this as an example. I found my very first iPod. So my wife gave me my very first iPod that I ever had. She got a new one, and she gave me her old one.
Mm-hmm.
And I loaded it with whatever 200 songs that it could fit at the time, whatever it was.
Every Wham album.
Dude. I went through it, and I found it like 2 years ago. And like I was like, oh my god! I'm like, I wonder what's on here. I went on Amazon, like I bought the right connectors, like all the shit to like charge it, plug it in, play it.
It's an obsolete cable at that point.
Yeah. So I'm like, I didn't have any of the cables kicking around. So I went on, I bought all the shit. I get it, dude. I plugged that thing in, and I'm listening to the music on it. It's the same shit I've been listening to for the last 20 years.
Like
nothing. I was like,
same fucking.
I'm like, huh. I haven't changed since I was 22. I was like, I don't know if that's good or bad, but whatever. Here it is. And like, it's still all the same. G-Unit, Young Metallica, like all these. There was some pretty fucking dope remixes of songs, like from you know that you got on those ones. You know those ones where you have like the random guy just screaming of like, damn kid, where'd you find this? Like DJ Drum in the building, like Drama King. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just a DJ just dropping random samples over shit.
Yeah, just yelling into the microphone for no reason, and just being like, oh shit, like you're like, yeah, okay, dude, we get it. You remix this, cool.
And then,
like just let it live, let it live.
DJ Khaled changed the game by just yelling his name over every fucking song.
Pretty much. And another one. But DJ Khaled's the man. I love DJ Khaled. I have songs about DJ Khaled. You know who I really love? I have a real crush on Rick Ross. He's wicked funny to me.
Well,
like
he seems like a good guy.
He's just funny. Like, do you ever watch the Barstool Sunday Conversation?
No, actually.
You know the one with the guys always like in the corner, like eating ice cream. It's like the guy with the long hair, and he's asking questions. And there's Benny.
Specific with it.
Yeah. So like they did go watch the Rick Ross one of those. It is the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Like I pissed my pants laughing. Hand to God. It's well worth it. It's so worth it.
Well, quick update here. Trump is
what you got?
230.
That is a big update.
Well, Harris is sitting at 179.
Oof.
You know, I was driving around today and just had the radio on, and a Kamala Harris radio ad came on, and it was her speaking, and I immediately shut the radio off.
Just shut it off. You're like, it's nails on a chalkboard.
It literally. It's her nasaliness, but also it'd be one thing if she just sounded like that. It's just that everything that she says is also incredibly retarded. So, like, profoundly retarded.
It is. Sorry. Somebody. Somebody just played the clip of Hillary and Donald on the debate stage when he dropped the because you'd be in jail line.
Oh,
It's
That's
such a
what-
classic.
and I'm sure it got gifted with the da 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 and the sunglasses.
This is just the raw cut of it. So
actually,
I'm
actually
going to
gonna
save this. So I
Oh
can
yeah,
clip
I'm
it,
just
clip
saying.
it,
I'm
and-
sure that happened.
it did. I mean, that is the Dave Chappelle like the moment a legend was born right there. Like, yeah, because you'd be in jail. And everybody was like,
Oh,
shit,
fuck, he said it. He said what
He
we
said it,
actually
said it.
think
he's like,
We all
know it. This motherfucker said it
to her face in a debate. I think that
to
might have been the
her
catalyst
face.
right to her,
Right to the dome.
looking face.
Oh my god! Listen. The last of all three opponents Trump has faced in the last 12 years. I still think Hillary Clinton is the worst one because she was the smartest and most capable of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what made me the most afraid of her. Because if she got in, if she was the president, we would have been fast tracked to wherever we thought we were going. If this election didn't go our way, we would have been there 8 years ago.
Yeah, well, that and the projections had her with such a crazy lead. And
It wasn't even close. There was no
chance
for
for
Trump
Trump
at that point. According to the media.
It seemed like all just a foregone conclusion. Like it's like, oh, all right,
it's a
he's got the
formality.
nomination for the Republican Party, but he's not gonna win. Like this is a joke, right? And that night, as that night progressed, and I still go back to it, watching the Young Turks have their minds implode.
Oh my god! Watching Chink fucking younger fucking just melt down on that was one of my favorite things of all time. I've hated that guy since like we were just out of high school. Because he was like, I remember when I first got to college, and so he's like, yeah, man, I got some stuff you should watch, this and that. Check this out. You heard of the Young Turks? And I was like, yeah, I've heard of the Young Turks, you fucking communist fuck. What do you mean? And I was like, oh god, I thought you were actually smart. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
Yeah, because he didn't know the reference to why they use that name.
Yeah.
I didn't really know about him or them until like 2010 when the Occupy Wall Street bullshit was.
Well, that
happening.
was when they became really big. They were like pretty underground, not underground, but they were. You remember the Young Turks? I mean, for everything I disagree with them about everything, pretty much on every aspect. The guys, he's done a really good job building up that channel.
Relevant despite being who he is.
And the thing is, if he could take a step back and just be like somewhat a little bit more moderate as a liberal, I think he would make a lot more headway. But he can't help himself. Like he wants to be part of that machine so bad.
Yeah, he's one of the top people yelling that Trump is Hitler and he's the worst person.
Right. He was on Dan Bongino's show. Like he was on Bongino's show like 2 weeks ago, and Dan Bongino just undressed him. And in the most polite fashion too. Like Dan let him talk. Let him have his points. And all he did was just sit there and sound like Tim Robbins from Team America. Well, the corporations, they're the problem. They sit corporations and they sit in their boardrooms and with all the corporation friends, and they're all corporations. They do corporations and corporations are bad. And I'm like, and the guy literally said fucking nothing. And he's a self-proclaimed fucking like genius. He's like, he took like a good 30 seconds of that show at one point to remind everybody like where he went to school, how long he went to school, what he studied. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like, if you gotta explain to everybody how smart you are, like you're probably not that smart. Like, sorry, that's just like rule number one for smart people.
Same thing with anybody that talks a lot about how great they are at fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the ones that
I'm pound for pound, I'm the best fighter on the planet. 30 seconds in the first round, they got knocked out.
Yeah, or even just like, oh, well, you got in a lot of street fights when I was younger, and I always it's nobody that is actually good at any of it talks about it like that, unless they're an actual professional. in whether it be MMA or boxing.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like I know a couple of guys that talk about how good they're fighting, but it's because they actually get in a cage and fight.
Yes.
Like those guys.
They bring it up.
Almost never. It's like the same thing. It's like you can always tell the guys who never fired their weapon in the military. They're always the ones that talk about killing people and firing their weapon. It's the ones that actually did shit that never bring it up, never talk about it. And you're like,
because they've seen it, they've done it, and it's
and they're like, you know what? Rather just kind of forget that ever happened. Honestly, you know, kind of sucked. Didn't really want to do it, but oops, that was my job. So I did what I had to.
Fucked up over it. In fact,
yeah. I've seen that happen in real time a few times. So pretty bad. But yeah. If you see a guy with cauliflower ear and he's talking about how good of a fighter he is, chances are he's probably not lying.
Yeah.
But you know, if you got a guy with like two diamond earrings in each one of his ears, diamond stud earrings, and a gold chain, fresh Jordans, acid wash jeans, everything's pressed, pleated, and he's talking about pound for pound, he's the best fighter in his high school. Chances are his ass whooped.
I mean, there's a chance he could. But it's highly unlikely.
You could be the best fighter in your high school. But I don't know who went to your heart. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I was definitely not the best fighter in high school. I don't think I got any fights in high school. But I definitely got my ass kicked a lot during my high school years. But that was because I ran my mouth playing paintball. So potato. Yeah. When you're 16, 17 years old and you're running your mouth to guys that are like in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're literally almost twice your age, much more mature than you. They don't want to fight you, but you keep doing this. And then you fight and you force the hand. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get slapped across the face with a steel boomstick. It happens. It is what it is, bro.
Break your back, fuck your ass, make you humble.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been plenty in my life. So
I think that builds character. You should.
I'm not mad about it.
I subscribe to the Gavin McGinnis 3 rules of being a man. You have to have. Oh, actually, it's 4. Kick somebody's ass, have your ass kicked, break somebody's heart, and have your heart broken.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And everything else is just down to your own personal experience. But those 4 pillars right there are, I mean, the same could be said, well, except for the first 2 about getting your ass kicked and beating somebody else's ass. But for women, to a degree, I think in general, I mean, being a person,
because it takes all those things to humble you a little bit, and make you realize that A, you're probably not as good as you think you are. B, it's never as bad as you think it is. And C, you figure out how to kind of just live with it and move on. Because you have to at some point accept the fact that you're going to do embarrassing shit. And you're gonna have to live with it, and that's that shit that in your brain at 3:30 in the morning when you're trying to fall asleep, and you're like, why did I do this at that one particular party and just embarrass fuck out of myself? Like that was not cool what I did, but whatever. You thought it was funny, whatever, And I tell my wife all the time, I still have this particular instance when we were in, I was in 7th grade, so you were in 8th grade. And I had met this kid at the end of 6th grade. He was a new kid to school. I don't remember his name. I just remember he had glasses. He was a wicked nice kid. Met him at the end of 6th grade. And we went to. I saw him over the summer at like a fishing tournament that I randomly went to with like Ryan and PJ and a bunch of like whatever. Like, don't ask me why. I don't even know why I was there. Like, maybe it was like a basketball thing or a baseball thing. I don't remember. DYAA, and he was there. And I saw him. I was like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?" And like, I talked to him and his mom, and met his mom, and like his stepdad, and like they had just moved to Dartmouth, and like I didn't know anything about their situation or anything like that, right? And kid was wicked fucking nice, super sweetheart of a kid. And the mom was like, "Oh my god, it's so nice you guys know each other. Like, you should come over, like you guys can hang out, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm like, he's cool as hell. Why not? Like this and that." And then we got the school, and like the first week of school, I was hanging out with my regular group of friends, you know, in school, and like I said hi to him in the hallway. I was like, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Yeah, talk to you after, whatever. And we kept going, and then my friend who I was hanging out was like, "The fuck you talking to that loser for?" And then from that moment on, I was just like, oh, he's not cool. And I remember seeing him in the hallway, and he walked by me, and I just ghosted him like he wasn't there.
That's
And
how
it
it was back in elementary and middle school.
Dude, and then I think he changed schools again, and I never saw him again. And to this day, it still bothers me.
Yeah,
Because I let my close friends at the time, like my friend group, like rather than being like, nah, man, this kid's cool, like give him a chance. I immediately curtailed to what they thought, and I was like, oh, they think he's a loser. So if they think I'm hanging out, they'll think I'm a loser too. So all right, cool. I'll just ignore them because that's what they want. And I did it, and it still bothers me. I'm talking back in like 1996, and it still bothers me to this day.
And it happened well before then, and it's still happening now.
Yeah.
That's school.
No idea what that kid's name was, and I couldn't even tell him, hey man, sorry, because I don't even know what his name was. I can't remember. I only had like 3 interactions with him.
I mean,
I want to say it was
Chris,
but that's such a generic fucking guess.
Yeah, but it's a good allegory for how things are now too. Like as people being adults, they still have the same mentality. Case in point,
dude! I think it gets worse as you get older. The only problem is now as I get older, I intentionally ignore people, or I don't ignore people, and then I get mad at myself for not ignoring people.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the other way around. Like now I say hi to people. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Oh, man, yeah, we should get up. We should do this. We should do that. I'm like, yeah. Give me a call. You know my name, and then they actually follow up on it. Fuck. Like I just want to fucking sit home and do fucking nothing, man. I'm trying to cut down on my friends.
I was just being nice.
Yeah. It's like when you have that one friend when you're like, hey man, like how's it going? Dude, like honestly, glad you asked. Fucking terrible. Check this out. And you're like, no. And then you get stuck talking to somebody in the grocery store for like an hour. Like, oh man.
Immediately when they say something like that, my eyes glaze over, and I'm trying to. I'm there physically, but mentally I'm trying to find a way out of this conversation. I'm like, all right, start looking at your watch. Oh yeah, got a text on my watch. I gotta shit.
Yeah. Shit. Sorry, man. Like I gotta take my fiber. It's time to take my daily shit. But I gotta go. But anyway. Hey, man. Hope your divorce goes well, man. Good luck with the custody of the kids. I gotta.
Yeah, that's super fucked up. But I'm pulling for you, man. We'll.
That's crazy. Yeah, right. That's crazy. I guess Kamala is telling her supporters to go home, and we'll finish tomorrow. She's pulling a Clinton.
It's Trump is still sitting currently at 230. Harris went up a little bit because we got numbers coming in California, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, well, she's gonna take Washington, Oregon, California, which we already knew she would.
It's just not going to be enough.
It's not enough because Trump's going to take. I think he's going to get Wisconsin, Michigan, and PA.
Wisconsin, Trump is sitting at 51 with 67% reporting. Pennsylvania, he has 51.3 with 77% reporting. Michigan, 51.5 with 37% reporting.
Do you think the Krasinski brothers are just fisting themselves right now with their own tears? Lubrication.
Them, and I think Cenk is involved in that too, probably.
Oh, definitely. He's not happy.
Oh, the other funny thing I wanted to bring up about the Young Turks is
this is how this whole conversation started.
How Anna Kasparian now is like vehemently against him on a lot of things on camera. She seems to be more and more based as this year has gone on.
You wonder how much of it is an act, or she's just seeing the writing on the wall, like this is a sinking ship, and I need to get the fuck out. Let me start
I've seen her criticize, that's true. But I've seen her criticize like the left media and being like, no, actually, we haven't been saying this honestly. We are taking him out of context. We are focusing too much on.
I've seen her do that a couple times too.
And apparently,
I actually saw a guy quit live on air the other day, or not quit, but like basically tell he's like, I'm not coming on your station ever again. Bye. Because that exact same thing. And I was like, wow, nice.
Well,
And then the host was like, well, I'm not going to be lectured about journalism on my show. He goes, yeah, that's why I'm never coming on your show again. Bye. And he shut the camera off. And the host just looks at the co-host and just goes, so anyway, you wrote a column the other day about blah, blah, blah. Like, it never happened.
Kudos to them for just carrying on and being like, yeah, well, fuck off. See you on.
Because the guy that was the one that was like, no, you guys are taking this shit out of context. You're not being journalists. You're being opinion host. So it was the host was the one that was getting clowned on because he was the one that was being dishonest. And the guest they had on called him out on it. He's like, I'm not going to be lectured on my show by journalists. Yeah, well, I'm not coming on your show anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah,
it was fucking phenomenal.
But yeah, apparently a lot of the Young Turks fan base have been calling for Anna to be let go. But Cenk won't because he understands that that's ratings.
Well, that's the thing. You need a little bit of that. Like, you gotta have a little yin and yang. Like, even it's why. And then listen, I'm not a 98.5 guy, but I guess it's why Felger and Maz do so well. Because I guess Felger is just like he's the hater in the room, if you will. But like. And there, I think I've been called fake ass Felger. I don't know, fucking several thousand dozen times at this point. Even though I've never listened to 98.5 in my life. I have no idea who he is, but they're like, you want to be Felger. I'm like, okay, no idea who that is, but whatever. Like, I mean, I know his name, but I don't know what he does. No, my sports takes are authentic in their mind. That's why I don't listen to sports radio, so they keep it that way. But nonetheless, you need that. You need that yang. You need that kind of
balance. That's why.
Yeah. It makes a big difference.
Whether it be Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, that's why they're echo chambers for either side.
Well, that's the problem.
Rarely, they do occasionally. Well, not more than occasionally, but they'll only say it's a panel show. They'll maybe have one person that has a conflicting opinion or ideology compared to them, and that's it. And then it's just a dog pile, and that goes both ways. So yes, like you said, need the yin and the yang, that balance. That way you can have civil discourse. Our show is not like that.
No, we're just gonna sit here and clown on fucking libs because it's what we do.
Cheers to that.
Because fuck them, that's why. Mm-hmm. Like I'm still deciding. Jim McGonigal. Yeah.
Well, I think it's about time. I mean, I know it's not called yet, but.
Jim McGonigal embarrassed to be an American tonight.
He should just be embarrassed for being Jim McGonigal.
I'm actually just gonna type that on his status right now.
I mean, I think it's a factual statement.
I was just say you should just be embarrassed for being you.
Perfect. He should. I don't even really get into it with him anymore because it's just there's no point. Although I probably, if he comments on anything you say tonight and I see it, then I definitely will chime in if Trump.
I love this post and just told. I mean, I'll tell. He's not listening to this right now. He might be actually. He listens to me a lot more than he likes to let on. But Victory Wednesday is going to be a good day, man. I'm going to break protocol and I'm going to have some alcoholic beverages tomorrow. And I'm going to eat some chicken wings and
treat yourself.
Yeah, you know what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to federal tax-free overtime coming my way at some point. And let me tell you, man. Oh boy, that's a fucking game changer in itself. So
it's
I
huge.
mean. he had me at mass
at
deportations, and then he was like, drill, baby, drill, and I was like, stop, my penis can only get so erect. And then he was like, how about no federal income tax on overtime? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I just punched a hole through my kitchen table with my dick. Like what do you like? There's my poor wife. It's insane. And then it was just abolish income tax altogether. It was supposed to be gone. I'm like, thank you. God, like didn't we start a war over this one time? Pretty big one too. Like the Revolutionary War. We were like, taxes. Like, yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck it. Let's kill these Brits over it. Dude, bet. And there was like, bruh.
About that recently. And it was mostly about how the prime minister at the time is the one who's basically solely responsible for fucking up, the American Revolution on Britain's side. Just this one guy fucked it up. And it was basically because King George was just like, oh, well, I'll stop being your friend, if you don't try.
Right,
and then everything he tried to do, like as far as make, treaties and come to an agreement with the Americans, just was too little too late.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, it was no longer about taxation without representation. Because he offered them that, and they were like, no, now it's about our independence. So
you know what? Actually, you already crossed that red line, and now there's no going back. So fuck you. Sorry, bro. T's in the harbor, dog. Can't untee the harbor, bro.
Dude, the funniest part about the tea in the harbor is this prime minister made it so tea was going to be cheaper because of the he signed it into practice that the East India Trading Company would be able to directly export to colonies.
Dude,
but the Americans were already getting it from the Dutch.
Yeah. Those good old
They would have gotten it cheaper.
boys.
They would have gotten it cheaper through Britain, but they were just like, on principle alone, they were like, nah, we don't care. Fuck you.
Exactly. And
that's what paying a tax.
That's what we used to have a backbone as a country. I think it's coming back. I think Rachel Maddow on MSNBC.
Oh, that fucking cunt.
The Mark Cuban's doppelganger. She has apparently just MSNBC has apparently just moved Minnesota from Harris to too close to call.
Holy shit!
Like the VP's from Minnesota, and they're like too close to call. That's all you need to know about how this night is going for the libs, bro. It's over. It's a wrap. Uncle Donnie's back. Our long national nightmare is over, Trav. It's over.
I'm so glad I have tomorrow off.
I am going to celebrate so fucking hard tomorrow. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be so fucking obnoxious for the next. I don't know. It's gonna be a long time.
I actually don't know if I'm gonna gloat that much.
Oh, I am. I have a lot of access to grind 2020. I have notes. I have lists, and I fully intend on going back to each and every one of them.
I mean,
because when I told them this would happen. Oh no. I am in full blown. I'm going to posterize you. I'm going to dunk on you. I am going to do all the horrible things in the world.
I mean, as I said last week, the gloves have been off for me for years.
Yep. Same.
So I don't know if that would prove anything.
I'm gonna be like,
I do want to do it.
I'm gonna be like when Garrison goes back to South Park after he gets elected president. He walks in like Whole Foods. He's like, guess who's here, bitches? Oh, it's the president of the United fucking States.
I'm gonna have to rewatch those like tonight, probably.
I am going to be in full-blown celebration mode now for the foreseeable future. It is this victory lap is going to take me a long time to complete.
Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it now, I'm probably gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because you know what, Trav? The best part. Let's see what Jim said. See what Jim said. We're live on the air. He says the country deserves so much better than this asshole.
That's it.
I mean, I hate
So Kamala's not better than this asshole then.
Witty retort.
Barely a retort. I mean,
I know. Didn't take him
it's
that
a
long.
response. I'll give him that. That's.
It is a response.
Yes.
It is a response. So, but now this is. I'm just waiting for this to get officially officialed, and it is going to be on like Donkey Kong. But
Yeah, my mind's
anyway,
settled now. Yeah, I'm gonna be obnoxious about this.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing left to do, man. Like we had to suffer through 4 years of this bullshit after they blatantly stole an election right out from under our noses. And I mean, I guess the good thing is that we didn't have to worry to go up against. I don't know. Name a more capable candidate than Kamala Harris, and you know, fucking Mike Pence. Like, did we really want to have that fucking asshole in the country right now?
No.
So I guess everything happens for a reason. But yeah, man.
I'll reiterate the point that we made last week that Biden probably would have had a better chance over Harris. Maybe not.
Everybody keeps saying that, but I don't think so, dude. I think everybody saw. I think everybody saw the writing on the wall with Biden. Like I think everybody kind of knew, like, oh fuck, like this guy is in cave. I think the difference is I think. Honestly, I believe more people showed up to vote for Harris than they would have for Biden. I think more people would have stayed home had Biden been the nominee because they would have been like, dude, even if this guy gets elected, like he's fucking cooked. You know what I mean? Like, at least with Harris, they're like, at least with Harris, they had the shadow of a doubt, like, well, maybe it's actually Obama pulling the strings behind the curtain.
I think if she was afforded more time to actually have a proper campaign, maybe things would be different. It had Joe dropped out earlier this year, rather than just a few months before the election.
Well, if they had a legitimate primary. And let somebody actually vote. Let the Democrats actually vote who they wanted in. Yeah, I mean, honestly, listen, and this is the catch-22 with Trump. Well, the catch-22 with Trump is that as much as we love Trump, the hate for him is tenfold on the other side. And while hate generally doesn't generate people to come out and vote. In this case, it does. Like they're not voting for Kamala Harris, they're voting against Donald Trump because nobody can look at Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, but no one can look at Kamala Harris and listen to her say anything and be like, yeah, she's qualified to be president. Like no. You're just simply saying, well, she's not Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is literally Hitler. So I'm going to vote for not literally Hitler. That's it. That's all you've got. And any conversation I've ever had with anybody about Kamala Harris and her qualifications since she's been deemed the nominee because she wasn't voted or put there, she was appointed or forced her hand to be there. Ever since that point, like no one's been able to give me any valid reason why she should be president without bringing up Trump's name. So it tells you everything you need to know. There isn't one. And they're like, well, she's not Donald Trump. And I'm like, that's not a reason.
Yeah.
Like you had 4 years of Trump and your life was great.
That's why I said if she was afforded more time, she could have at least established herself and actually maybe get something done. And that would help her, like I said earlier. But I think, regardless, if Biden didn't drop out or did, Trump would still win this election. It's just this is it's just almost funnier to me that it's happening to her than him, because with him she is just where it's just like, this is just sad watching this man be you almost felt bad on the stage to speak, and he doesn't know what direction he's going in, let alone speak.
Yeah, Jim's mad. He's big mad. He's big mad. My comment. Nice.
Or did he respond again, or did he just give you the angry face?
And he said, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Play nice, douchebag. Play nice. You've been calling me a literal. I was like, you've been calling me a Nazi
about
for.
everybody he disagrees with.
Yeah. Maybe don't call me a Nazi. And maybe I'll think about it. But let me respond to that real quick.
Sure. This moment of silence brought to you by that fucking clown, Jim McGonigal.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know what the biggest punchline about him is. Whether it's he thought he was an actual teacher or an actual coach. Yeah, he talked shit about me. He was like, hey, well, I guess, you weren't good at basketball or anything. That's why I never coached you. I was like, no, I wasn't good at basketball. That's why I didn't play.
Neither was I. Don't feel bad. I was horrible at basketball.
And that wasn't my skill set. I was better at lacrosse or cardio-based stuff. Like, did track and
other sports. It's we all have a place. You know where mine was the basketball court, or the football court, or the baseball field, or the lacrosse field. No, mine was actually on a paintball field. High school didn't offer, so I was kind of left out on my own. But no, neither here nor there. So, but I'm gonna go grab a drink, Trav. I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah, keep going. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on over here. I'm gonna help with Call of Duty. Talk a little shit. Yeah,
try to get
approaching midnight. So I think this is basically a lock at this point, because the only numbers that are going to be coming in now are in the West Coast states that are basically,
and most of the West Coast has been called.
Pretty close.
Washington, California, and Oregon have already been called. I love the fact that I keep seeing Andrew Tate just posted a meme. This is Harry Sisson is a faggot.
Now, Andrew
fucking Tate of all people. That's a low.
Yeah, that scumbag.
Dude. I guess all right, yeah, right.
Hey,
yeah, Andrew Tate of all people to call you a faggot.
Ouch. Sir. Oh, you've overstepped your bounds.
Big oof.
Joe, I think we can call it a wrap on this episode, and I think this is current projections on the election as well.
As far as I can tell, it's a wrap. It's just a matter of time at this point.
Yep.
And I don't think there's going to be any water mains breaking. I don't think there's going to be any 3 a.m. ballot jumps. My biggest concern now is that we get Trump to the White House on January 20th. That is going to be my number one concern from here on out.
The main priority here, assuming that he wins, which it looks like it's not even an assumption at this point. So
it's all but over.
It looks like we're making America great again, man.
Thank fucking Jesus.
America.
In the words of Randy Marsh, America is back. Yeah.
Although he did vote for Obama.
Twice.
Obama.
You can't without taking.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Obama, you're so fine. Obama. Like, did he vote for Obama or McCain? Why do you need to know that? Why do you know if he tried to kill himself or he drank too much? Oh, I love it. All right, Chad. Let's do this again next week. And I'm sure we'll discuss more of the fallout, and we'll have plenty of material. I cannot wait. I just want to
spicy shit to talk about.
I'm going to fill my cup with liberal tears.
And we can take an on-camera victory lap when we start next week's episode for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I couldn't have thought of a better way, despite the technical difficulties. to spend this election night than discussing it with you in real time. This has been great.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah,
I'm
this
glad
was
we
fun.
actually,
I'm glad we
honestly,
actually-
I'm glad
honestly,
we
I'm
got off
glad
to a
we got
later
off to a
start
later
because
start
because
It did help in terms
it worked.
of
It actually
it
worked
actually
out
worked
better
out
for us
better
because
for us,
no one wants to
'cause
listen
no one
to
wants
us
to listen to us,
because we can't prognosticate.
You know,
we can only react. So
I don't even know what that means.
yeah. So
Yeah.
but we can't.
big words.
We
We
don't have
we don't have
we
people.
can't talk about anything from like
we're not
poli sci majors.
poli-sci
We don't have
majors.
inside access or information. We just can react. to stuff, and we see shit come in, we react to it, and that's what we do best. We give our opinion. We give our opinion. So
Here we are.
fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Uncle Donnie.
Uncle Donnie.
2024. It's
And
gonna be a good bit. It's like they used to say in ancient Sparta. Come back with your shield or on it, sir.
And guess
Love
what?
it. Love it. We came back with it, bitch. We had
Well,
a 10 to
alright,
1
brother.
kill ratio too.
Yeah, what's your
Grits and
opinion?
Graves got holes in their panties.
Oh yeah, by the way, you playing the new COD?
I did. I started Black Ops 6. I fucking
6.
hate the multiplayer. The zombies is lit. The campaign, I kind of already lost interest in. I played like two episodes levels of it. I'm already bored with
Well,
it.
I haven't installed it yet, but yeah, if you want to fuck around with zombies sometime.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Text me your.
I'm doing it on PC, so I'm on PC, so whatever. Just give me your whatever name you use. I can find it. I can find it.
Yeah, I play on my Xbox Series X.
Oh my brother,
my
brother's on Xbox too. So yeah. Cross-platform was a great thing. Only took like 20 years too long, but whatever.
But it just works now.
We're here now.
Cool.
So yeah, I don't like the multiplayer. I don't like this. I don't like this omni movement. Like
yeah, I haven't even installed it yet,
it's-
so I don't know what
it's-
they changed about it. But
it reminds me of like when Madden went from arcade football to like they're like we're gonna make you be able to control every limb on the player simultaneously. And I'm like, nope, that's too much. You're doing too much. So yeah, it sucks. Like the multiplayer sucks. Zombies is cool. Everything else about it blows. I'm pretty pissed. I spent $100 is what it is.
well, I have Game Pass, so I have it as part of that.
Yeah, I don't have Game Pass because I don't want to pay for shit that I don't want like this.
Fair enough.
But
you wouldn't be paying full price. I mean, over time you are. But yeah.
Over time I would because I don't play enough.
I don't play
enough games in order to warrant Game Pass. So I would have got no matter what.
That's fair.
All my games come from Steam and they're like $4.99. It's like cool.
And then
like
you
I'm
buy it and
gonna
you forget about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what would happen. 10,000 Roman soldiers tried to fight 300 velociraptors.
Oh, those types of games are great.
Battle simulator. Go. Yeah. And just sit there and watch what happens for 20 minutes. This is the most boring shit. But I can't stop. I'm invested now. I can't help it.
Hey, I'm in too deep.
Yeah.
But on that note, yes.
All right.
We'll see you folks next week. Thank you for watching, whoever did. And God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless Uncle Donnie.
Goddamn right.
All right, Trav. I'll talk to you later, homie.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'll send you that shit.
Fucking love that. Great hat.
Huge hat.
Huge.
Tremendous. All right, brother.